When water emergencies happen, water and rescue teams jump right into action, and that includes the St. Louis County Rescue Squad crew.
Northern News Now's Natalie Hebner talked with a member about how the squad is preparing for a busy holiday weekend.
Swimming in lakes is typically a fun activity, but can turn deadly quick, especially with strong rip currents.
Don't try and fight the current and swim back into it because you're never going to win that.
Casey Deneen with the St. Louis County Rescue Squad said there has been an increase in drownings recently.
But we've definitely been busy in the last week.
While conditions can play a role, he says safe swimming starts with the swimmer. The rescue squad said the easiest way to prevent a water emergency is by wearing a life jacket.
In the existence of the rescue squad, we've had 494 water fatalities. And of those 494, only 14 individuals were wearing life jackets.
With the warm temperatures coming up for the 4th of July, the rescue squad, which is entirely volunteer-based, is staffed and ready for a busy weekend.
A lot of us are just around, out on the water, so that if something happens, we're there quickly.
Keeping swimmers safe, one rescue at a time. In Duluth, Natalie Hebner, Northern News Now.
And Deneen says the surface of the water doesn't always tell you what's going on underneath. So make sure to check if the current is strong before going in to swim. For more information about how to check rip currents, head to our website at Northern News Now.